Welcome back to Romantasy Chaos HQ, the podcast. We are Avery and Xavier Harleston, healthcare professionals by day, romantasy theorists, and aspiring authors by night. Today we are covering the epigraph from Iron Flame, chapter 13. This is your warning. There will be spoilers for the entire Empyrean series. If you have not read all three books, it may be time to turn back. As honorary members of Second Squad, we cuss
A lot.
and discuss
All adult topics
and make a fuss
about shaking the sheets.
We like a challenge, so we tackle each epigraph without prepping, placing it into context for the whole series, not just the chapter or book it's tied to. But you don't have to take it cold, so here is our post-recording one-sentence summary of the chapter. When Andarna fails to appear for flight maneuvers, Varys turns Violet's signet lessons with Carr into punishment, pushing her to near burnout, and her fears of another assassination attempt continue, straining her relationships with her squad mates, culminating in a bag over her head that knocks her unconscious. There are 6 minutes on the clock, and Iron Flame lore more scorching than burnout. So, don't blink, don't scroll, don't let Taryn distract you. We have 360 seconds to blow your minds.
And go.
Though the chain of command may be consulted, the final say in any academic punishment or repercussion lies within the commandant's office. Article 5, Section 7, the Dragon Riders Codex. Oh, this is very important. This is very important. Because what's the difference between like an academic punishment versus like going AWOL or like so when Violet takes off without leave to go visit Xaden, does that become like she's subject to court martial for that? So that's not an academic issue. That's like an actual being part of the military issue. So
Well, I assume academic is related to class.
yeah, because I think this comes in when she's like failing to do like Andarna's not showing up to flight maneuvers, even though she's being told that Andarna has to come. So that's like a failing to do your academic work type thing.
Well, I mean, what's interesting is in Beskayeth, like you could like chain stuff together and make almost anything academic if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So the commandant could like grab control for punishment for anything because clearly like cheating or failing is an academic punishment, but not showing up for class, disrupting other people's in class, disrupting other like it. I mean, it's a war college, so almost anything can be attached to academics. So it is a pretty big, broad thing for the codex because then they can just interpret it however they want.
Well, I would also like, so the code of conduct, which applies to everyone at Beskayeth. So, I mean, this comes into play because of what happens at the end of Onyx, right? So it's a violation of the code of conduct for anyone to get married while they're still a cadet. If that's considered academic, it falls to the commandant's office for the writers. For someone else, it might fall elsewhere. But for writers, if it's academic, it falls to the commandant's office, which by the end of Onyx Storm, who's the commandant, we don't know because Panchek's dead. If it's not academic in nature, it's supposed to go to your wing leader first, which is Dane, which, okay, she's fine. Except for, I mean, Dane's almost graduated, but he hasn't yet. So as long as he's still alive, we're good. But where does it fall after that? Like, how do you know that flying to Samara without leave means that you're subject to court martial? But what happens if you get married when you're not supposed to? Like, how do you know where that falls?
How does punishment work when you have to sit there and go, I don't recall getting married? Is this like a trial? Is this like in front of Congress? Mr. Senator, I do not recall that action.
I plead amnesia?
What is the definition of is?
Okay. I'm going to just like bring us back around so we don't get too far into politics here. But I think this is very interesting, especially because it says the commandant's office, not the commandant. And this in particular is when Varish is vice commandant, right? Um, and Panchek's commandant. And it's so interesting because Panchek saves her butt when she does fly to Samara later on in Iron Flame. He's the one who says she's not going to be court-martialed. He excuses it. So apparently, as a commandant, being absent without leave is something that he can intervene in. So maybe it's an academic issue. I don't know.
Well, and doesn't it then really mean that like the people in charge of the punishment is like whoever can take out the commandant's dragon?
Or who can control the commandant's dragon?
Yeah, I mean, like if Taryn can grab the dragon by the neck and be like, "And you're not gonna punish her, or I'm gonna kill you."
Like how he takes Solus by the neck and like makes Varish get on his knees to apologize to Violet.
Yeah.
But then
So doesn't this just bring everything back to like all the academic punishment is actually
like the
decided by?
dragons are actually running the place.
Yeah.
Hmm. In the writer's quadrant.
Yes, in the writer's quadrant. Well, and doesn't the exception of the codex then actually just make the dragons are in charge of the writers?
Exactly. If everyone knows that the only thing you actually do is follow the codex and code of conduct doesn't really have any
Well,
role,
and everything
like
goes up to the chain of command inside the writers, then
my
the
dragon made me do it. You're married? My dragon made me do it. I think. I don't remember though. Well, it worked for her. That's what she said. She's like, my dragon made me fly to Samara. And so then Panchek is like, and Kaori advocates for her. And Panchek's like, you are right. Which kind of makes Panchek's whole, like, do you think at this point in time, because we know Panchek was working with the Venin, but did he work with the Venin prior to being passed over for the promotion when Lilith died at the end of Iron Flame? Was he working with the Venin at this point in time?
I think it's possible at this point he didn't even really know there were Venom. Well, no, he was
I'm sure
well,
he's
no, because
high enough
he was signing up
ranking.
rank that they knew it, but like,
Yeah.
but the whole end of Onyx Storm really like changed the whole dynamic with the Venom. I mean, like when they're like this group that is across the border that you have wards like
Well, that's our time. So that's it from us. Did we blow your minds? Let us know in the comments. And remember, we love you. Stay out of the clouds, off the ice, and come back to us. We'll see you next time.
see you next time. Remember, lore lovers, fantasy fanatics, and good girls, like, rate, review, subscribe, and share.